All right, so got a little follow up here with using that same method where I was test driving some Ruby code, but doing it with React component and React testing library. So I'm going to be doing following a little bit of a React test driving tutorial here. So these tests are kind of already written, but wanted to show a little bit of how it would be done. So we've got a sublayer RTL pair agent chain going here that's going to take the output and generate new code. So we're going to get that running. You can see I've set up an empty component here of counter. I've got the test file. Give ourselves a little bit more space. And then got a preview window, which will be fun here shortly. So we'll keep this here because there's nothing to view, but we want to see how it changes this component for us. Render counter. We want to get the element. Now this isn't really like React or good test. Maybe this is the way you do it in React testing library, but I'm pretty sure it should be in the document. It should be human readable rather than for tests, but for this demo, it should be fine. Don't take any style tips here, but gonna generate the code to get these tests to pass, adds the counter root, and test pass. Preview, still nothing in the preview window, but let's change that. So let's go ahead and do another test of initial count value to be 0. Render the counter and expect screen.get by test ID count label to have text content you clicked 0 times. And so seems like a reasonable test. We actually don't even care about looking at the React component now. We can go ahead and save this file, which will generate additional code, and we should see that component pop up. You click 0 times. Still kind of plain, but let's make this a little bit more interactive. So invoke increment button click and count value to be 1. Render counter increment button so let's get the increment button. Let's increment button to be defined. Let's fire event click on increment button, and let's expect screen.get by test ID count label to have text content you clicked 1 times. And let's go ahead and get these tests running. So while that's doing that, let's go ahead and start typing out invoke decrement button and count value to be 0. And I don't know if you caught that, but over here in the preview window, we got the increment button. So let's go ahead and finish putting this one together. And so for the decrement, we're gonna still do the increment button, but we also want to do decrement button. Decrement. So we want to click on the increment button. We want to then click on the decrement button, And then we want to make sure that the content is 0 times. Right? So click on increment, click on decrement, you click 0 times. And so over here on the right, the React component generated the extra button. We've got increment, we've got decrement. And here's the code that it created, all with just us defining the tests of what should happen, and then it took care of the rest. And there's isn't very comprehensive tests. This is only single time clicks, but as you flesh out more and more of the tests, you'll be able to see more and more of the component. I hope this was helpful and interesting and fun, because it was for me. See you later.